Hello guys, it's Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So let's get into it. Let's cue that intro. Oh no, and welcome back to Matchday Live, and it's me, Dan, back again. And this weekend it's Manchester United versus Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it's the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday tomorrow for you guys. Well, it's tomorrow for me as well, to be honest. So the team I've gone for, I think it kind of picks itself. I don't think I'll be very surprised if Mason Mount gets put in this. Gets put in this game. I think Ericsson will. It's either going to be Ericsson or McTominay. It has to be one of the two because we were so open in that midfield in the Wolves game. So I reckon it will be Rashford, Martial and Anthony with Fernandes, Casemiro, Ericsson and obviously Luke Shaw. Martinez is 50-50, but apparently Ten Hag has said that he should be fine, and I reckon it will be Wan-Bissaka and obviously Onana in the net. And there is talk, apparently, he could be on the bench, Højlund. Apparently, he might be on the bench. It's like a 70-30, though, in that situation. And to be honest, I would start Sancho as well. I would start Sancho, but I think it might be Martial instead of Rashford up top on the left-hand side. So, yeah, let's get into it. Let's play match and let's talk about the last league result, which was a 1-0 victory against Spurs. 1-0 victory against Spurs. It's a 1-0 victory against Wolves, but it wasn't a 1-0 victory against Wolves, to be honest with you. United were literally all over the place. We were so open in midfield with Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes. It was just so open, and Wolves literally just went straight through the middle, and they went on and had so many chances. You just don't know how they did not score. I mean, that Cunha looked really good. That Matheus Nunes, he looks really good as a centre midfielder. And it just shows you that we need a midfielder to partner Casemiro in those type of games where, you know, we need that midfielder. And, you know, even Gary Neville said it on the Monday Night Football, you know, we need Amrabat. That is perfect partner for Casemiro. You know, a bit younger. He can pass the ball. He can literally go in that midfield and partner with him. And you just think, you know, he could easily go in that midfield. But unfortunately, Ten Hag has come out and said that apparently he is all good. We've got all these situations, and it looks like we won't be making any more signings unless there's a surprise in the window, which I doubt there will be. But I don't know. But yeah, our midfield is calling out for a midfielder like Amrabat just to partner Casemiro, because obviously Casemiro was just so was basically was led out there to dry, really. Is the saying, but you know, you guys know what I mean. It's just we were so poor on the ball. Like, this was at home. It's just unbelievable. What a ball that is, by the way. It was literally unbelievable, and I was quite surprised that how open we was. And you know, they had so many chances. It finished 0-0 in the first half. Second half, it was pretty much the same. You know, Casemiro didn't know where to go with the players. You know, we tried the press. It didn't really work. And then all of a sudden, you know, I think it was Cunha with a chance. It hit the post, and even Onana made some really good saves as well to keep it, you know, 0-0. And it just, I don't know, it just wasn't working. Garnacho was getting pushed off the ball. He was getting bullied. You know, Mason Mount hardly done anything. He, you know, pressed. He didn't get into the game that much. You know, Rashford struggled. We've got free kick. Rashford struggled. Let's take that free kick. Yeah, Rashford struggled in midfield. Rashford struggled in the attack, and it just didn't look like United was going to go and score. And then the goal comes out of nowhere. It's just from a corner where Rafael Varane has stayed forward. and Bruno Fernandes gets it into Wan-Bissaka, and then Wan-Bissaka just hits it across the goal and just hopes someone gets onto it, and it was Raphael Varane with the header. I don't know if that's his first goal for United, but it might be his first league goal for United, and it was surprising. It just came out of nowhere. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for Mason Mount. I think Mason Mount came off. What's his name came off? Garnacho came off for Sancho. I think we looked a bit better with Eriksen in midfield. So then we had a bit of control. But obviously once we got the goal, it was pretty much all out attack on United, and in the end, it was that type of game where late on Onana made some really good saves, but in the end we got lucky. We got very lucky because literally last attack probably, Wolves had a cross in and Onana flapped at the ball and completely missed the ball, and he went straight into the Wolves player. And the VAR, I was surprised that VAR didn't give it. So we got very, very lucky with that. Even the VAR officials after the game said that they got it wrong and it should have been a penalty. So we definitely got away with one there, but you just can't make it up with the amount of luck that we needed. And obviously we needed that luck, and kind of woke us up, I think, that game against Wolves, because you can't play against teams. Wolves were looking like Wolves are looking like the favourites to go down. But if they play like that every game, especially with Gary Neal, obviously I was expecting the new manager bounce as well. I just couldn't see. I was like, oh my god, we can't be playing like that every. We can't be playing like that every game, and I just hope that we don't play like that against Tottenham, because obviously we do have Tottenham tomorrow night. It is going to be a big game because obviously they have. Obviously, is it their second game without Harry Kane? It is their second game without Harry Kane, isn't it? They don't have Harry Kane. It's going to be their first home game. Is that first home game, or was that? Yeah, it was their first home game. So it is their first home game, so they're going to be up for it. And obviously, they've got Ange Postecoglou, whatever his name is, as their new manager. And they played I have to admit, they did play okay. They played Brentford last weekend. It was a 2-2 draw. But they played with this really high line where you could see Man United playing like Garnacho, Rashford and Sancho, maybe as like Sancho as that false nine that he did play in pre-season, but I very doubt that'll happen. I reckon he will go. If Martial's fit, he's got to play as striker for me, because Rashford can't play as striker. He's not a striker. He's a left wing more than anything, and the better Højlund gets fitter, the better he gets into that team, because we got to play Martial. Martial might have a good game, he might have a poor game, but we need to get the 3 points this weekend against Spurs, because obviously last season we did struggle against the top 6 sides. We struggled against the top 9 sides in the Premier League last season, so it is gonna be one of them games. But obviously I am looking forward to that high line, because Brentford last week, they literally had Spurs come attack them, so then they could literally counter attack, and that's what literally got them the goals, and they was unlucky not to win that game, Brentford. But obviously Spurs got back into it, and it was just one of them games where it was end to end, and I expect it's going to be like that against United this weekend for Spurs, and it's going to be an interesting game. So we've got a couple of minutes left. Obviously, talk about transfers. Obviously, Harry Maguire's moved to West Ham apparently has now stalled. It looks like he will be staying at Man United because obviously he wanted a severance package for leaving, because obviously he would get less money at West Ham, which I can see why, but it just ignores us as well, because obviously it looked like we was going to get someone else in to replace Harry Maguire, which would have been an upgrade anyway, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen now. And the other midfield, obviously Amrabat, we still don't know if that's going to happen now. There was talk of Donny van der Beek going out on loan to Real Sociedad with an option to buy. That looks like that's not going to happen now. So I don't know. I literally don't know. It looks like McTominay might be staying, but you know, we still got a couple. I think it closes September 1st, so we still got a couple. I think it's two or 3 weeks, two and a bit weeks before the game, before the transfer window finishes. And I just hope that we get if we do sell people, we just hope that we get the right people in, because we definitely need a midfielder to partner Casemiro, because if we're open in that field against Spurs, they're going to rip us apart at their stadium. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So for my score prediction, I reckon it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be end-to-end game. I think there will be goals in it, but I think we'll concede as well. So let's see. I don't think it'll be a 1-0 victory. I think it's going to be like a 2-1, something like that. I think United might just nick it. I think we might just get lucky again, but let's see what happens. So, yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1 Manchester United for the victory. So, let's see what happens. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today. So, please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave your score predictions below. So, right, guys, I'm going. Bye.